I was a student who couldn't sit still in the classroom. I was a student who got into trouble, who thought that something was wrong with her. And it was through that initial walking and running where I realized, it's that focus that I needed. At Move2Learn, we believe for students to learn more, they need to sit less.
Hey guys, welcome back to GlowTalks. I am thrilled to have a guest today for you. You're going to love her story, Brooke Sydnor Curran. Welcome.
Well, thank you. It's great to be here.
I'm thrilled, and I can't wait to share your story. So what I felt was the most amazing thing while looking at your, not only are you a native Virginian, which there's not many of us around here anymore, but you have ran almost over 200 marathons.
I have run over 200 marathons, yes.
That's incredible. So
an
elite endurance athlete.
Well, thank you, yes.
And CEO of nonprofit, the Move2Learn.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about that.
Great. Yeah, I'm the president and CEO of Move2Learn, the founder. Yeah, so we're 17 years now, going strong in the city of Alexandria, but definitely expanding beyond that.
Okay, yeah. So tell me a little bit about your history as an athlete. Let's start there because that's what makes you the expert, and that's why we're here today, is to learn from you.
Glad to be the expert of movement. And, it's funny. I was a pack-a-day smoker in high school and college, grew up in Richmond, Virginia, where literally the school field trip when I was in 4th or 5th grade was a trip to Philip Morris, the cigarette manufacturing plant down 95.
Wow.
You might know it, but it's got all the tobacco products just right there on this huge stack on 95. We weren't even allowed to wear pants to school at the time, but here they are. They cart us all. Yes. So I was not that athlete of a kid growing up.
Yeah, I grew up in a household with smokers and like the cigarette thing. Like that was the thing.
Yeah. And so we had a smoking lounge. Did you have a smoking lounge in your high school?
No, I don't recall that, but we were here.
It's all good.
I was here in Northern Virginia in Oakton, so I don't quite I think maybe it wasn't quite as
right. Maybe not.
Richmond.
Well, hey, Richmond, Joe Camel was the king. So there we go. But I obviously quit, and I was in my late 20s. I had kids, and I started to run just to get the heck out of the house.
Mm-hmm. And you have 3 girls.
I have 3 daughters, all in their late 20s, early 30s, flown, super proud of them and what they've done with their lives. They've got an attorney. I've got one that does math stuff that I don't understand, and then also a writer. So,
oh my gosh, that's incredible. Yeah. I'm going through it. So my daughter's in her 2nd year of college, and the 2 boys are in high school. So
nice. Yeah. Well, it's incredible to see them bloom as they figure out who they are. And, running was how I figured out who I am. It was one of those things where I literally decided, okay, one day I went to go get running shoes, and I went to go walk outside, and then felt that benefit of the fresh air, the movement, how I felt. It made me a better parent when I came back, to the house. And of course, it was before my kids woke up and my husband obviously was home, but it was something that also was mine. Because as a young mom, I'm sure you remember it was everything was what
revolved around the family, the kids.
That's right. Yeah. And there's sometimes nothing left for us as a mom or as a parent. And that was my thing. And it was where I kind of grew into, walking turned to running. And then I'm like, what's this marathon thing? And then, 9/11 had happened. And I had all of a sudden, a bucket list of holy smokes. Yeah. I don't know what life is next. So I decided to go ahead and start living that marathoning, or that a marathon was the first thing on the list. I thought, check, one and done. But then I was so mad at my time that I did, that I had to run many more.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, so that fueled you to keep going and trying to get better.
Yeah.
Right?
So
Okay.
what it did was it inspired me about what movement could do, what I could do. It became something that was just mine.
Mm-hmm.
I was the at-home parent.
Okay. Yeah.
And so was working at home with that. And for years it was getting faster, getting better, making times. I often was the first one to cross the finish line.
Okay.
I mean, smaller races, but I would
Sure.
place in the larger ones. And then it became over the years, let's do all the states, which I've done. Let's do all the continents, which I've done. Let's do all the world marathon majors, which I've done. And so for new runners or new, that the marathon majors, New York,
Okay.
Chicago,
Okay.
Boston, London, Berlin,
Wow.
Tokyo,
Wow.
and they just added one in Australia. I believe it's Sydney.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So I was grandfathered because I did 6 when it was 6.
Okay.
And so, but yeah, so now 212 marathons later, I also became the last runner.
Okay.
And so being at the back of the pack is also just such a fascinating place to be, where we can connect with other people, other runners. I can be the person that helps somebody cross the finish line. Over the years, I thought I was slowing down because, shoot, I'm in my late 50s and I figured that's just what comes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I realized I needed a hip replacement. So I have had that. It was just so interesting because over 2 months' time, I was running and then, I couldn't run really in a couple of marathons where I would walk them. And then over in 2 weeks, I couldn't literally walk up the stairs.
Oh, so that's how you knew.
That's how I knew.
Okay.
That's how I knew. And then my husband was calling me skippity hop or something like that.
Because you're trying to walk like this?
Okay, well, it's kind of walking like a duck.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, all right, something's wrong. And so even then, when I went to the doctor, I was blown away when she said, I've got great news. I can take care of this. So I thought she meant, just, some stretches, some exercises, some whatever. So she's like, you need a hip replacement. And so I had a hip replacement literally within 3 weeks.
Okay.
And that was about a month and a half ago. And I feel amazing.
Wow. Oh my
Amazing.
gosh. So that was just recent here.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure I also have through Ballroom have injured myself,
Right.
have pushed myself into places where I'm like, why did I do that?
Right.
But I'm sure it's nice to walk around without being in pain or
and
that's
if we
part
don't,
of it,
right?
right?
And if we don't do it, then what is it?
Yeah.
Is it something like, we're just taking life calmly and behind the scenes?
But that's not your
and
MO.
that's not who I am. And that's not who you are, I don't think. So,
the Ballroom and the movement and
So
some of
much
what
to
you
it.
describe of like having this internal passion all of a sudden for wanting to run and look at the different, for me, it's the comps, right? And then moving up levels in my dance categories. And hey, sometimes I'm competing with men. So I'm the female student, but in certain aspects and certain heats, like you're competing against everyone and different level dancers. So it's never that I'm necessarily comparing myself to another student. It's about how did I feel and what was my performance based on my training and where I envision myself later. That's what pushes me.
Yeah. There's so much internal, growth that happens when you set a goal. You're not quite sure how you're going to get there, but you know what that next step is.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I know nothing about ballroom dancing. And so you can help me with some steps and I can tell you all about running or all about other things, but
no, dance has saved my life too, and I had other personal health challenges, losing my gallbladder, not realizing that I had severe overgrowth of yeast and other things in my gut that were causing it to leak out and poison my body.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
And not a lot of people know about that in general, which kind of drove me to go into integrative medicine
Okay.
and counsel and coach people in nutrition and weight loss.
Right.
So going through my own hardship
Yeah.
of that really pushed me as well to give
Yeah.
back, or like you say, to, if you're at the end of the pack, right?
Right.
And you're helping someone else cross
Yeah.
the finish line.
It's
Like
cool.
that looks a little different than being first,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
for a different reason.
Yeah.
Right. So,
Well, I got no self fulfillment from being first.
Interesting. Okay.
All I could think about was like, oh, I could have been 10 seconds faster if I
Right.
hadn't slowed down on that steep incline.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's just
Yeah.
amazing.
It's different how it
being
changes your
different.
mind. Yeah.
Yeah, but that all that growth, that mental energy, that mindset shift that happens when you're moving your body and you're collectively doing something together,
Yep.
and that energy,
Mm-hmm.
there's something really special about it.
Yeah. It kind of lights your own fire.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
Yeah.
So I think this is a great segue.
Great.
Of just let's talk about your move to learn.
Sure.
And how that started. And I know also that you had a brain aneurysm.
I did. That was 8 years ago.
Wow.
I've nearly died a few times.
Well, clearly you're still here for a reason.
I'm still here. The brain aneurysm was one where I was running with 3 women whom I had just met.
Okay.
Because, well, marathoning, let me just back up for a quick second. Marathoning wasn't enough. Okay. So, because I didn't challenge me enough. So I said, well, what about a 100-miler?
Okay.
Let me choose one of the hardest on the planet, which was Leadville, Colorado. The elevation starts at 12,000 feet, mind you.
Yeah.
10,000, 12,000, whatever.
Yeah.
High.
High. Way higher than here in Virginia.
Yeah. So I had, and it's my only DNF. My did not finish. It's called a DNF in running. And ironically, that's the bib, the one bib after 200 and some start lines, the bib, what you wear, that I have framed on my desk. I'm still trying to figure out why, honestly, but it reminds me to stay focused, stay grounded, to appreciate where I am in life instead of just that it's the staying the presence in the process. So anyway, so I'm with 3 women whom I've just met at a parking lot that at a park down 95 that I don't go to very often because my normal one was closed. We had a Del Recho.
Okay.
You remember this? 8-10 years, whatever. So that park was closed. The old Brooke, the typical Brooke, would have run in the closed park anyway, because I like to run by myself. I like to be in nature by myself. I don't need others to motivate me. But I, for some reason, changed my mind, got back in the car, drove to a nearby park, met 3 women as they were in mid-run, and they're like, hey, you want to join us? And the typical Brooke would have said, no, thanks so much. Y'all have a great run. For some reason, I said yes. And so we're 5 minutes in, what do you do? What are you doing? What are you training for? And I was training for this 100-miler in Leadville, Colorado again. The one that I had the DNF in the previous year.
Okay.
5 minutes in, all of a sudden, I have, God, something's not right. My stomach was getting upset. I just wasn't really myself. And then it was like a sledgehammer hitting my head.
Oh, my God.
They say that I fell to my knees. I threw up. I don't remember. They said I said, oh, y'all go ahead. I'll catch up. Obviously, thank God they refused. They knew something. I know. Walked me back to my car. Called my husband. He picked up. He drove down, which is a miracle. He answered the phone. God love him. But you know what I mean? I drove my stick shift back up 95 because by the time he got there, I was like, okay. So anyway, back at the house, I'm like so tired at that point. I'd take a nap, sleep for 5 hours, and then realize something is not right.
Like it's not getting better.
It's not getting better. I don't feel, in that internal sense. that internal sense that something is wrong. I had that. So we went to Inova Fairfax, and where I stayed for the next 3.5 weeks because by that point, so much blood was in my brain that they couldn't even find the aneurysm. So I saw the other side a few times, which was warm and welcoming, but I must have said, not today.
Yeah.
So here I am. So I had brain surgery. I have this great scar that wraps all around here.
You would never know.
Yeah. So that was 8 years ago now.
Wow.
I celebrate that birthday all the time.
Yeah, as you should. That's incredible.
Thanks.
Well, and how interesting is it that you don't remember at all, but then telling these ladies, like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
I mean,
kind of the mom role,
right? So I just wanted to touch on that because sometimes we're not.
Right.
And thank God for God.
Yeah.
And those 3 women there.
Yeah.
You know.
Isn't that an interesting perspective? Because sometimes we're not.
That's right.
And saying, I'm not okay is okay.
Yeah.
And is what we should do.
I'm learning that still at this point in my life.
I'm still learning it too.
You know, so we're all in it.
We're all in it
together.
We're in it together, yeah. But interestingly, so when I left the hospital, I had a toe drag.
Okay.
And so I had to literally retrain my brain. And I did that through movement, through walking, and then slow jogging and running and things like that. Because that bilateral movement, dancing same way, right? You're using both sides of your brain. It helps transfer the information from one side of your brain to the other, increased blood flow, and then the growth of the neural pathways that had gotten damaged.
Yeah, that's incredible. So now through Move2Learn, I mean, your story is really inspirational.
Thanks.
Look, and just at the end of the day, you're still here, right? And you have a mission.
Yeah.
So with the Move2Learn, the premise is that now knowing what you know and having to retrain your own body and mind, you can help kids in the classroom train their own mind and body through movement.
Yes.
Okay.
There's so much there. Let me go back to 1979. No, I'm just kidding. We won't go that far.
I love it.
I was a student who couldn't sit still in the classroom. I was a student who got into trouble, who thought that something was wrong with her. And that stuff sticks. Yeah. I mean, I made it through high school. I made it through college. Obviously, everything was fine. But even until adulthood, I was like, you know what, something's wrong with me. And it was through that initial walking and running where I realized it's like, it's that focus that I needed.
Well, even as a mom, right? Like being able to come back in a clarified way.
Yeah.
Because what I realized was similar to you, raising the kids and being there for everyone else and supporting my husband. And he also had been diagnosed with cancer. I felt like, number one, like my life wasn't good enough. And why was I unhappy? I struggled a lot with depression and mood swings and things like that. And I knew, because I played soccer as a kid, I knew that I always felt better after coming off the field. Yeah. And I had to find something to, because I actually played as an adult indoor soccer for a little bit and really wrecked my ankle at one point. So I couldn't do that. Right. And then I was going to yoga and going to the gym, but then that became just, I didn't want to do it. Right. I was just depressed, you know? So eventually I found the ballroom dancing because my grandmother had said, well, there's ballroom. I'm like thinking, what do I really love to do? Yeah. Oh, yeah. My girlfriends and I used to be up and down New York to DC dancing, you know, going to nightclubs before I met my husband. And like, I was like, well, certainly with 3 kids and being a caregiver to him and supporting him in his company, like there's no way that I'm going to be like out in the club until 3. No. You know, so I thought about my grandma and I was like, you know, let me look it up. Maybe there's some more professional dance. And then boom, there's an Arthur Murray like 10 minutes from my house. Great. So I was like, oh, let me just try it,
Why not?
And it helps.
Yeah.
Like having the movement, having your body and your mind kind of be a baby again. It taught me so much about myself, like where my limits were, where I thought they were, and where they actually were. And then also like just self-efficacy.
Yeah.
And like believing in myself again and being able to show up in a better way for my kids.
Yeah.
That's where I saw the most benefit from it. So.
Yeah. So that efficacy that you were just mentioning, I would add another word to that. I would say agency.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, that's what I want for our students is the sense of understanding about what movement can do for them.
Yeah.
And that sense of agency that they have over their own lives just by a little bit of movement.
Yeah.
No one has to be a ballroom dancer as an example, or an expert soccer player or a marathoner.
Right.
But just moving your body, I think the science says it's every 30 minutes, 5 minutes, every 30 minutes is the sweet spot.
Okay.
And it can be any type of movement. It can be jumping rope.
Okay.
It can be walking around the block. It can be walking up and down the hallway at work to go grab the water bottle.
Well, I saw here that you guys also use other tools like a ball on a chair, like the chair is the ball, or the under desk cycles.
Yeah. So we evolved by working with teachers and understanding their pain points, what they needed, what barriers they had, what their students needed. And so that's how we established our programs and our true pattern of work. So something that I'm very proud about is that our work works in every school and classroom. It doesn't necessarily be, oh, that's the only way you need to do something, or you need to do it this way, because we can normalize movement and we can show easy ways to implement it. So in some schools, in some classrooms, that means active seating.
Okay.
So the stationary bikes, the under desk cycles, the yoga ball that you were talking about, the accordion stool where kids can move. See, that's what I needed when I was in 4th and 5th grade.
Wow, what a full circle.
Yeah. And I needed a teacher and a principal who could understand that my need for movement was not a problem.
Right. Yeah.
And that my disrupting the classroom, I'm getting a little emotional here, my disrupting the classroom wasn't me attempting to act out.
Right. There was nothing wrong with you.
Right.
Your needs were just simply different.
Yeah.
And what we're finding now is that it's very similar to a lot of kids' needs.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not any different from so many other students and kids out there. And we did this through an equity action survey that we realized a huge need for students belonging.
Yeah.
So not only feeling like classroom is a place for them, that there's nothing wrong, but also school is a place for me.
Yeah.
For that reason, we started before and after school clubs.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I read a little bit about that.
So all of our programs are free to students.
That's
because I never want to say to you, oh, you can't do that because, well, your parent can't take you across town to do the soccer practice or can't afford, this and this, the associated fees. And so we just got our heads together and adapted programming that works with a teacher's passion already for some sort of movement. So we don't care. We actually have a dance program, right? We've got boxing, we've got running, walking, yoga. We work directly with those teachers and are their support, their partner, and bringing movement in that way to their schools so their students can come to school feeling good, feeling like they belong, or stay after school. That's the reason for some that they're there.
They're empowered now because they saw, hey, I could do the yoga class, and here I am sitting here, and now I can do this math homework
Right.
and I can focus and
Right.
feel good about myself.
Yeah, there's a lot to that.
I was always overweight as a kid, and I struggled so much in my confidence. And I still have lingering,
Yeah, sure, that stuff sticks.
psychology there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the ballroom helps. But it's also like, when I first started, I was like, what are you doing to yourself? You're literally shooting yourself in your foot. Like, this is so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And
I have some of those thoughts too at mile 17. I hear you. Some of it's like, what? What am I doing?
I know, like, okay, Jess, great.
But then, right, you get through that moment. It's the end of the class, the session, whatever it is. And you were part of something, part of a collective effervescence that happens when everyone is together doing something they, chose to do, signed up to do, and then feel the benefit from doing.
Yeah.
There's so much there.
Yeah. Well, and I love the fact that this is teaching kids young.
Yeah.
That movement is absolutely
That's
critical.
right. So they don't need to try to learn that in their late teens, early 20s, or like me, I was probably 28, 29 years old, right? I had people who said, oh my God, you're being so selfish.
Oh, yeah.
For not staying home with the kids. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Luckily, thankfully, I didn't listen. I had enough personal agency at that point to go, hold the phone.
Just because that's not your life doesn't mean that it's wrong.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
No.
It was a guy who thought that, I should be somewhere else, whatever.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. Well, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't,
Sometimes.
So guess what? We're here to live our lives.
Yes.
And it took me a long time, too, to just stop caring as much about what it appeared on the outside.
Yeah. We've got to do what makes our hearts sing.
Yeah. And that, like you say, collectively, it raises everybody's vibration,
Absolutely.
mood, energy, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
It raises everyone around you. So you're doing everyone else a service by doing what you enjoy and what you love.
Absolutely.
I truly believe that. I'm getting goosebumps
Oh,
now.
good.
So
good. Well, may I share a favorite story?
Please.
Yeah. So this is one of our before school clubs, and on any given weekday, school day, you will see 30 to 40 students coming 45 minutes early to school.
That's not my kids.
And this is a neighborhood where
Sorry, guys. I'm not trying to throw you under the bus.
where it's a community neighborhood where either the parents are walking them to school, but it's in an area in which many of the students are English learners.
Okay.
Their parents came to this country fairly recently. So they wave to their parent or get out of the car. They pile in, into the gym, slap on their pedometers, head out the door with their coaches, right? And those are the coaches that I was talking about, the teachers, right? On any given day, they walk or run 2 miles before the school day even starts.
Wow, that's so great.
It's and these are K through 5 students.
Yeah.
So this is a really big deal in which, they feel proud that they're part of this collective effervescence that we were talking about. And, they feel what it's like to then, be part of a group and then go into their classroom where their teachers then say to us, you know what, they're a lot more focused now. They see the difference.
Yeah.
And, all of the dopamine has happened, all the brain cells have happened, all the blood is now in their brains. So they're ready to learn.
Yeah, that's incredible. Well, and imagine, I know we talked just briefly, but to be able to put your program nationally.
Yeah. We're figuring that out. I mean, right now we're City of Alexandria Public Schools. We're real proud of our roots. But what we have a scalable special sauce that can help students and schools in a way that is not prohibitive, cost prohibitive, prohibitive in time.
Equipment.
That's right.
Yeah.
All this equipment. Now, I want to share that during the school day, classroom disruptions And okay, so that would have been me as a student, right? Or it could be the audio coming through about announcements, whatever. There's an average of 5 minutes an hour
Okay.
of disruptions.
Wow.
I'm blanking on the word. You pull all those out, 5 minutes together over the school year. That's 10 to 20 days of learning time lost.
Yeah.
So people will sometimes think, oh, well, I don't have time for that. I don't have time to add movement into my school day.
Okay.
But you have to think about, okay, what are you going to gain if you do?
Yeah, the give and take.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So not only are you going to have students that are less disruptive or, be able to stay in their seats, the movement seats or movement things that we have, but then they're able to learn, focus, and able to learn more. And you have fewer disruptions.
Yes.
So...
yeah, it's like, that's the secret sauce.
Yeah. Something else I'm real proud about is that, we have a robust survey of all of our teachers. Okay. 99% of them say they feel more effective teaching or enjoy their job more.
Oh, well, and what a blessing, because guess what? Like, teachers are so underpaid.
Yes.
For what their purpose is here on this planet is to teach our children how to be in the world.
Right.
That's going to go a long way.
We need to, something needs to go, well, let's have the teachers do it. Or let's make sure we do all that in the school and make sure the teachers have to do that. Right? So our thing is never a burden, and we go in there first
to
and
supplement and support.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's amazing.
Thanks.
That's amazing. So
great. Thank you.
How many schools in Alexandria are you?
We have 18 schools.
Okay. Wow. That's so great.
18. We have a bunch of elementary, 2 middle, 1 high school.
Okay.
Yeah. And just about our student population, 112 different languages are spoken. And so we make sure
I love that about Northern Virginia, by the way. In
me
DC,
too.
Like, we have a very wide scope of languages and ethnicities.
Makes it interesting, doesn't
exactly.
it? Yeah. Yeah. And that's how movement is also the great equalizer.
Exactly. Well, and they say like dance is its own language, right? But you don't have to speak. So it's the same. It's the same, parallels.
Oh, I love that.
Same with music.
Yeah, thanks, Jess. Yeah, that's terrific.
And I think even, I'm sure you've thought of it or have tried, and I'm sure a lot of teachers, they can put on some nice classical music, some instrumental that will help to also connect like the brain, with the moment and staying present. Yeah. All of those things I think are really essential.
Yeah, absolutely. Great point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Great
that.
Addition. Thanks.
So next you're going national or you're in the process of doing that.
Right.
What are you looking for in that process? Like where are you finding the gaps or the holes that need to be filled?
Well, nonprofits are always expected to do more with less.
Yeah.
We're a business. Mm-hmm. And so support financially or in-kind things are huge to us. Okay. And we have some tax credits and other things that can make it even more attractive. Businesses that believe in our students, their future workforce.
Exactly.
Because what we're doing is really upstream work. Mm-hmm. And that's why it's so important to do now so we can mitigate any problems down the road.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, and having students not walk out of their educational career thinking something's wrong with them.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's going to make me cry. I really, I'm really so thankful to have you on and to share with our viewers the work you're doing. I think it's so important. And I'm sure a lot of the teachers that follow me and watch this podcast are going to be like, yes, this is what we need. She's talking sense now,
Well, follow us on Instagram. Yeah. We're on Instagram, Facebook, or hello@Move2Learn. Okay. And we'd be happy to get back with you and see what we can bring to your school and program.
Yeah.
Yeah, because what drives me most is why are we here?
Yeah.
Why are we here as people?
Yep. God woke me up today for a reason.
and it's to help those. It's to help others.
Yep.
It's to make a difference.
Yeah.
That's the only reason we're here.
If I'm not doing that, I feel like I'm not doing my job.
That's right.
So that hits very close to home for me too. Well, and you should be very proud of yourself. I mean, you are a walking miracle after all.
Well, thank you.
So I know God has a lot of good plans for you.
Yeah.
Moving forward. And congratulations on your daughters and all their successes.
Well,
I'm
thank
sure
you.
that
Likewise.
I'm
Yeah.
sure they learned from the best.
Well,
So, yeah.
yeah. Sometimes I wonder, I was like, oh, I hope I didn't mess them up. But
I think that's like every mother says that to herself when she's going to bed at night, like after a fight or something.
Yeah.
And
going, oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I hope to see, other runners out there. I hope to get back to marathoning. So, that's my fingers crossed because that's still my happy space.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
Yeah.
And just for now, maybe it looks a little different.
Right.
Than what it did before.
And isn't it interesting that I'm also okay with that?
Yeah. Yeah, that is.
I'm not quite sure what's next in that way.
That's resilience at the end of the day. And, we can grieve all kinds of things, including a past life, including a life or a lifestyle that we had that maybe isn't within our reach at the moment.
Yeah.
And that's why I love having guests on the show like you, because, we can keep going. It just might not look the way that we thought initially.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's going to unfold and in maybe even a more beautiful way than you expected.
Absolutely.
So,
no, I 100% believe that.
So, Brooke, before we wrap up, I'd love to learn a little bit more about you.
Okay.
Some ping pong questions.
All right.
So, thank you for playing along.
Sure.
All right. Morning run or sunset run?
Morning.
And what is your absolute favorite go-to song on your running playlist?
It's a Tom Petty song. It's called Running on a Dream, Running with a Dream. Yeah.
All right.
Where it felt so good that anything is possible. Like cruise control.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah.
I'm sure with especially the longer runs, you need those tracks, those soundtracks.
Yeah, I think it's called Running on the Dream. Anyway,
I love
everyone
that.
else will know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, for in-classroom activity,
right?
Accordion stool or under-desk pedals if you had to pick one for your own office?
Accordion stool.
Okay.
I use it all the time.
I love that.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever used one of those. So
I need to get you one.
I'll be interested to try it out.
All right, cool.
Okay, what's your favorite healthy snack to refuel after a major workout?
Smoothie.
Okay, yeah, I like that too. Absorbs quickly.
Yeah.
Just you need the nutrients fast.
Right. Cold, tastes good. Yeah.
Okay. What is a book or a podcast that has changed your perspective recently?
Well, the book I'm finishing up now is called Body Electric.
Okay.
By Manoush Zomorandi. She's an NPR. You'll hear her voice and go, oh, I know her.
Okay,
yeah. And it's all about the benefits of movement.
Okay,
Go
Body
figure.
Electric.
Body Electric. It's
well,
amazing.
we all have electricity
That's right.
running inside of us.
Well, yeah, she literally is such a believer. She partnered with someone from Cornell University and has all sorts of science-backed data on the benefits of movement. So,
yeah. I'm going to check that one out.
All right.
I like it. If you could give a brain boost to any historical figure, who would it be?
Albert Einstein.
Ooh. Yeah, he was already a genius, right?
Yeah, and I think that I don't think he finished school. I think he was someone who, the standard school day and setting didn't work for him. And isn't he a brilliant person?
So goes to show, guys, everyone needs something a little different.
That's right.
Okay. Let's see. What is one word your closest friends would use to describe you?
Mosquito.
Mosquito? Okay, you gotta explain a little more on that one.
Well, that was my nickname growing up, was Mosquito. Because I was
buzzing around everywhere.
Buzzing. Sometimes I do a little sting. Yeah. So Mosquito, that's my nickname.
All right, I love it. Well,
thanks.
Thank you for sharing
You're
all
welcome,
of this
Jess.
with us and for
Pleasure.
being here today. I know this episode is going to inspire many. So if you guys made it to the end, thank you so much for watching and being here with us today.
Yeah.
And if you can share one more time, how can our viewers find you?
Right.
Or investors out there?
Well, of course, it's Move2Learn.org. Anyone can find us on Instagram or Facebook. Move2Learn Kids
Okay.
Yep, is our handles. Also on LinkedIn, you can find me. You can find the organization there as well.
Great.
And we are so happy to talk with anyone that's interested in investing in our students and working out a plan that works for them.
Yeah.
You know?
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it. And thank you guys for watching. Of course, you know where to find me. YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify.
That's it.
Just look us up. We
That's
love
it.
having you here and continuing to bring inspirational messages. So
That's
we
great.
will see you in the next episode.
Yeah.
Ciao.